What's going on, people? Uh, Jay decided to switch it up on me. I'm leading the show today, so what's goody? How y'all doing? It's Dover. You already know who it is. Gutter, what's up? How you doing?
Yo, man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. You sound like an unsigned rapper.
Yeah, my freestyle game is a little bit off today, but
He
we're gonna
said,
push
he
through.
said, y'all already know who it is, man. It's Dover. If y'all don't know, y'all haven't been tuned into the last 16 episodes. This is Straight Facts with Gutter, man. Health is Wealth, episode
Yeah, I'm
17,
kind
man.
of overconfident. Like if y'all didn't see the 16 episodes, it's like you already know who I am. Like,
Yo, he's
put
he
in
like
work.
he yo he's sitting back and everything. Like yo, listen, if y'all ain't seen my picture when you're walking to Gold's Gym, you're not working out enough. If you ain't watched the other 16 episodes, you're not watching enough. If you ain't will get them snacks straight out the wrapper like Baby D likes, you're not watching enough. But listen, man, we got a special show for y'all tonight, man. Episode 17, man. This is gonna be the first episode, the first official episode where we have Model Citizen J joining the cast. Who was also my partner for Essentials for Life, man. I want to give a couple of shout outs before we even get to that. But definitely shout out to Dover Way. Shout out to Big Les, man, who is another special guest that we have in the building. We have a mental health specialist. As we keep saying to you guys week after week that your mental health is important and how we incorporate everything to, your health is wealth and mental health is very important, especially in the black and brown communities where we don't speak about it enough.
But we don't talk
Shout
about
out
none.
to
We just say,
Gold's
yeah, we
Gym.
all right.
Shout out to Gold's Gym. Yeah, you'd be like, I'm depressed. Go depress some dishes. Shut up, stupid. Be like, damn, why I gotta be dumb and all that? What the
Nah,
fuck?
we just
But
say you be all right. That's all we say.
you be alright. You be
Mhm.
alright. That's the general consensus. You know what I mean? But definitely shout out to Essentials for Life. Shout out to RTJ the brand. Shout out to Straight from the Gutter. Shout out to Dover Way. Shout out to SB and Decay. Shout out to Go's Gym. Shout out to Big Les, man. Shout out to Model Citizen JB Dollar, man. They're doing their thing. Make sure you watch their show as well, and purchase them shirts, man. You got a sweater, you got an RTG sweater, you got a small body butter complimentary in that bag. So
Yeah, I saw them sweatpants too was fire. More. I'm gonna
I
cop me some of them.
appreciate that, man. Good looking, bro. We just out here working, man. Just trying to do wonderful things.
Yeah, I see that.
listen, man, all we do is work. Like I tell people, but I show people more than I tell people that nobody in my circle could be lazy. It's just impossible because you can't keep up. And then it's like
Hmm.
you're going to start feeling. The thing is that people automatically fall out of my life. I don't have to say or do anything. It's just that they can't keep up and they start feeling bad. So it's like, bye. Like, you know what I'm saying?
The crazy thing is, I think last year, uh, we kind of like officially became friends last year. Remember, we was at the court,
Hmm.
and I wasn't even in the group text, and it was like, "Fam, I've been here for 7 years, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've been playing with y'all for 7 years, and I wasn't in one group text." But I
So
bring that story up because it's like, yeah, I got to earn my stripes. It took me like 7 years to let Gutter know I could be trusted.
you know what it is, though. You know what it is. It's like when you work so hard, um, for your brand, and when you work so hard and you always you 10 toes down, and you say what you mean, and you mean what you say, and you're just an honorable person, and you have a good heart. You have to be wary of who you have around you because it's very
That's a
easy to
fact.
get hurt when you have a good heart because you're so giving, and people try to take advantage of certain things. Like I just even as something as simple as being in the group chat, like I'm not letting you in the group chat unless I know I can fuck with you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, we could play ball and we could dap up and all that, but I don't fuck with you like that, like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like
I
nah,
see. 7 years later, I saw that.
nah, it really took you a minute, but nah, you you definitely a solid dude. And even with Jamal, it was more of an energy thing. Where I just saw the moves he was making and the things that he would do and say, more doing actually than saying, because he really don't talk much. And it's like, yo, like he's a man of his word. Like, so when I saw certain things, I'm like, yo, you thought about doing this? He's like, yo, I'm actually doing something similar, and we just joined forces and we've been killing it. and we literally only been in business for like a month.
You know how to say
Wow.
actions speak louder than words, man. I'm a man, like
Facts.
you said, not too many words, but I'm gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather show
Mm-hmm.
you than tell you. Then after I show you, then I'm gonna talk about it. Because now you can't say nothing against it. You know, because the
Right.
work proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Like yo, like
Yeah.
he is so humble. Like yo, he was like, yo, we gonna create this body butter, right? And you know, we purchased a couple of things. No, we purchased a lot of things, but we
I'm
purchased a
about
lot
to
of
say
things, right?
it
And then
wasn't a little, it was a lot, real fast.
we did a lot really really fast, and it got to the point where the final creation was done, right? So he ships it to me, and he's like, "It's alright," like just like that. He's like, "It's alright. It's gonna be better, but it's alright." And everybody that has felt it, it's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like, and
Well,
literally, what
Mm-hmm.
he said
Yeah.
to
It's a
me
good
was,
product.
"It's alright."
And
Like,
I'm gonna be honest
like,
with you. I think in my mind, because you know I'm a creator, I like to create things, I like to design things. I think I can get it a little bit even better than what it is right now.
yeah,
You
he's a
know,
wild boy. Like,
yeah, it's good
he,
money
but
to me. I liked it. As soon as I started using it, I haven't stopped.
yeah, I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
that, man. You know, that means a lot, man. Like every time somebody says, "Yo, I appreciate this," you know, I'm loving how it feels. I'm like, "Yo, thank you."
I'm
yo, I
As a
literally
I'm
have
telling you
pictures
no.
in my phone.
I'm doing a Zoom call.
Literally have pictures in my phone of empty bottles and people saying, "Yo, I can't stop using it." And we were forced because here's the thing: here's a premium product, right?
Mhm.
So when you have a premium product with things like sea moss, shea butter, cocoa butter, coconut oil, vitamin E, you can't make a big ass gallon of that and put it at a reasonable price for people. It's impossible. It's literally impossible unless we're just saying, you know what, fuck it. We're just gonna throw 50 bands on this and say fuck it. We just gonna lose this bread. Like, you know what I mean? Um, so we did 2 ounce, 4 ounce, and people laughed. Like literally a couple of days later, like, yo, Jay, you got another one? I'm like, damn, like what the fuck? And we were forced to do, you know, the 6 ounce, and now we thinking about even doing a extra large one because it's like the it is the people want it.
I could see it. I could
Yeah.
see why though, because like I said, when I first started using it, I was just putting it on my arms to try it out before I put it everywhere else. And then once saw that it worked, I'm like, all right, hold on, let me just put it all over. I could see why that you would need a larger container because it'll go quick if it starts spreading around.
Yo, shout out
But
to
that
my
just shows you
homegirl.
the product.
Listen, shout out to my homegirl. She's about 5'6". She gotta be like 220, 230, something like that. And she got the 4 ounce one to start. And she literally puts it on her entire body. She came back 2 days later. I hit you more like, yo, son. 2 days later, she came and got another. I was like, yo, what the fuck? She's like, no, you don't understand. My husband loves it. Like he just don't stop touching me after I got this. And you know, and the thing is that here's the thing that people don't realize, right? And I'm gonna give, and we actually haven't even really spoken about this, because we don't like Jamal and I. We're like the perfect business partners because I talk wild shit and he doesn't. So it balances things out. But the thing
Perfect
is,
balance.
it is the perfect balance because the thing is like, and then you help me back it up with the products and shit like that. So you're on the creative side, so it helps. But the sea moss healing properties is 92 out of the 102 minerals the body needs. So when you intake these minerals, it's helping the inside of your bodies. It's helping eliminate the excess mucus. It's helping unclog things. It's helping your blood circulation. It's helping all these things. Now think about it. Now you're putting it in a body butter, right? It's helping your skin conditions. It's helping you tighten, eliminate, or prevent wrinkles. It can be used as a suntan lotion in the summer. It's so many things that are people. The more people keep using it, and the skin conditions itself, the more they're going to want it, and they're going to try to get something else and to replicate, and it's just not going to work
Listen, it's
because
not gonna
we
feel
know
this.
what we
It's
got.
not gonna feel the same. Yeah,
It's
it's not gonna
not.
feel the same. It's not gonna smell the same. And a part about it too. Another key component. This is handmade, so you get a lot of positive energy that's involved with this. All right. See, a lot of times when you go to other consumers, you get other products and stuff. It's made in a factory. It's made to generate just money. They don't care about the people. So when I make these products, and me and Gutter is making these products, we're putting positive energy in it. We actually care about what we're doing. We stand behind what we do. So when you're doing something like that, the energy is a little bit different when you get the product in hand. So that's another
That's
key
true.
component as why the Essentials for Life is such a beautiful brand, and why everything that we bring to you is going to be dope and amazing. You know.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting
that's
for
the
them
bottom line.
supplements. That's what I'm
That's the
waiting for.
bottom line right there. It's all natural. It's all organic. No preservatives. No nothing. Even if like I told one of my friends, actually a couple of my friends, because one in Cali, one in Chicago, two in Florida, and one in Michigan that ordered. Shout out to them. And when they got it, it had turned into the oil because UPS wants to take their sweet ass time to get my products to the people. I don't know why, but we're gonna work that out. And that's when they realized that everything that we are saying about it is true, because all they had to do was put it in the fridge for a couple of minutes, and it went back to being a body butter. You know what I mean? So when you add certain things and certain elements to certain things, you can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I
So
love how we have a topic and we spend 30 minutes on another topic.
listen, man, the thing, like, if it's one thing that we could do, this is like Blue's Clues. Like, yo, you could throw a topic up, and I could talk to you 30 minutes about any topic. Just say a word. I want to talk about it for 30 minutes. Say it. I dare you. But not. But Les,
I'm here. I'm here.
Big Les, what's going on, sweetie? How are you?
I'm good. Hanging in there. Listening
So
to y'all
Les,
talk about your business and relationship behind it, which is dope.
yes, you learned something about a product that you supported. We appreciate you. Um,
Definitely, always.
but so here's the thing, right? We are big believers that the black and brown community do not know how to eat. We don't know how to substitute certain things. So I want Dover and Les to let the people know basically what they can cook, what they can substitute certain things with. I know Les was saying a couple of things like thyme and rosemary. Um,
And more importantly, because we were talking about
Sage.
depression and all that, how it correlates to mood. We always talk about what we could eat, but how certain things that we eat, aligns with your mood.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So since
so
you
So
the
where we gonna
guest,
start?
you start.
go
Well,
ahead, Big Les.
first and foremost, I said that we don't need salt at all. People feel that we do need salt. If you season your fish, like cleaning your fish before you cook it, so it don't have that fishy smell and taste. You clean it with lemon. Then you could season it with like lemon pepper because most people like to use those batters that already has sodium in it. So you don't put salt on the fish. You could put your sage, your thyme, your rosemary, maybe a little bit of paprika that don't really have a taste to it. But that's what I do to my fish, and it be slamming.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the salt right off the rip because when I had Gutta try my food for the first time and I had him try a few things, the
Hmm.
first thing I was telling him for everything was, yo, there's no salt in that. I told him that. And
Exactly. That's what's killing us black and brown people. Salt.
I thought he
Salt
was
and
lying.
sugar.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now, right? I thought he was a. Listen, and I tasted the food. Pause. I'm like, yo, this man right here, yo, like here's the issue, right? We eat with our eyes to begin
That's
with,
true.
right?
I do.
Yep.
And it looked appealing. It smelled appealing, right? So then he gives me the ingredients behind it, and I'm like, how? Like,
Well, it's because salt is like sugar, where you can be addicted to salt.
Mhm.
Your taste buds are addicted to the flavor of salt. So you can have something, and the first thing you think of is it needs salt, right? Or if you see certain foods like French fries, you're so programmed to think of salt when you see French fries, you
Well, I piss
automatically
them
gonna
off at
put
McDonald's when I want
salt,
to eat those nasty fries.
right? So all these herbs we about to talk about all has flavor already. Garlic has flavor already.
Yep.
Cumin, turmeric, they all have flavor already. If
Mhm.
you maybe you might not like a certain herb or flavor alone, but if you combine it, it's gonna taste good. And
Yeah,
if you
Dover, you
even
know what's
tell
funny?
someone it has salt, or if you lie to them and tell them it has salt already, they won't
Yeah,
even question it because the flavor's there.
you know what I laugh at? You know, meat has steak has no flavor until you put herbs on it. So I
Right.
tell
Mhm.
people like you really don't like the steak. You just like the texture of the steak. You
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the
Right.
herbs and the spices that's actually on top of the steak. Pay
Right.
attention to what you eating, okay? Because that steak is really not that healthy for you. You just like the texture. You're just conditioned to eat that.
Right. And
Mhm.
so I
after
I
have a
agree.
question. I have a question for y'all.
Mhm.
Shout out to Black Vegan Rican. She has these vegan oxtails. They're actually called mox tails, and they're
Okay.
actually made out of chickpeas.
Okay.
And I tasted it, and I really thought I was eating oxtails. I lied to you not. I'm not a vegan, and
are you one of those people who thought that cauliflower tastes like chicken too?
no, that's completely false. That is completely false.
You're gonna give me my damn oxtails.
But
Certain things I just can't substitute
Yeah,
yet.
you're gonna give me my
yeah,
oxtail fans.
but
You can hold
no,
it.
but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I love oxtails, right? And it wasn't,
Mhm.
and I didn't get it as a substitute for oxtails. She was showing me something because she's actually on her way to LA right now. She just got booked out there for like 15 days or some shit. Like she's killing it. The way everything that you guys described in terms of substituting certain things and flavoring, she
Mhm.
mastered that on the vegan side to where it really tastes like what it is, and it's crazy to me.
Right, because that's the second
Okay.
time you told me you didn't like chickpeas, and I had
I
made you a
didn't.
few times some chickpeas, the chickpeas in that red sauce.
Now I love
Um,
chickpeas.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it goes to show you that if you just flavor things properly, it's not like Maul was saying. It's not necessarily the food you want. You just want something to taste good, and depending on what
Absolutely.
consistency you're in the mood for is what you pick. But it's all in the
Mhm.
yeah,
food.
I had a
So
black
Liz,
bean burger one
Isn't
time.
the presentation too? Like
Right.
if somebody give you big cabbage leaves in a soup, you ain't gonna want to eat that cabbage
Right.
sure ain't.
Yep.
because cabbage leaves are not attractive.
Definitely not.
They're
Now
not.
cabbage is good. That
Yes,
what's
sir.
that Jewish dish? That rolled cabbage with the corned beef.
Oh
I,
yes. I
Isn't
know
that
what
what
you're
they
talking. I
make
can't
around
think of the
Easter
name of it
time?
right now.
Listen, it's St. Patrick's time. It's about that season coming around, something like that.
Or
yeah,
corned beef
soon.
and cabbage.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
but it's
If y'all
just
go
herbs,
to Yonkers,
cumin, sauces.
in
Sauces change
Yonkers on
flavor too.
McLean Avenue, there's a spot right on the corner of North Broadway and McLean Avenue, Yonkers. They make the best corned beef with the cabbage and all that. So they be killing it there. But What
Shout
is the
out to
what is?
Adams in Newburgh. Adams in Newburgh got good cabbage and corned beef.
Nobody goes to Newburgh,
I go to Newburgh, man. There's people in Newburgh. You gotta show love to the rest of the people
bro.
up here.
Nobody. That's like moving, bro. That's like you purposely going into the hoods in Chicago.
Yeah,
Like
that's funny
nobody does
because
that on purpose,
when I first moved up here, I didn't know that. I moved to the good part of Newburgh by the waterfront. And I was just telling people I came from the Bronx and I moved to Newburgh. And they was like, why'd you do that? You
word,
just stood your ass over in the Bronx. I had no idea what they was talking about. I got a house, fam. What are you talking about? It's because I didn't even realize the other side of Newburgh, Broadway and the hood and shit.
bro.
Oh,
Nobody goes to Newburgh, but I'm just gonna put that out there. Ain't nobody going to no Adams. But Big Les, what are your favorite foods that automatically, as soon as you take your first bite, it changes your perspective on your entire day and affects your mental health in a positive way?
That's a good one.
for me, it's salmon
Mmm.
Mm.
Love me some salmon, damn it.
because you could do so much with salmon, and you don't really have to over season it either.
Mike
I
makes
like
some
that one.
banging salmon too. I ain't gonna hold you.
I like that
Yeah.
one. For me, it's a lot more simpler than that. Really, my breakfast, I'll just literally have a piece of toast, a banana, and a cup of coffee, and just sit at my desk.
Toast, banana, and coffee.
Yeah, and at my desk,
Okay.
and that automatically gets my body just relaxed, and I start getting my thoughts going. I start getting like in my creative bag, thinking about just what I want to do, what moves I want to make as far as my business is concerned. But I do it every morning, and I have the same
Hmm.
breakfast for the most part. So once I sit at the table, my body is already at a calm state because it already knows what's coming, which is just relaxation versus always switching it up. Sometimes you wake up and you stress just because you can't decide what the hell you want to eat for breakfast.
That's cool. That's a good
Hmm.
idea. But being that you brought up breakfast, I'm not a big breakfast eater, but I noticed that when I have a nice cup of hot tea, not that Nestea, what is that? Lipton tea. I like
Hmm.
herbal teas, different kind of herbal teas.
Yeah,
It does something for me mentally.
yeah. I drink
So a
tea at
nice
night
cup
before
of
bed.
tea with some organic honey, that makes my day.
Yeah, I drink tea before bed. Ginger and turmeric.
Yes.
Drink that. I drink that most nights. Helps with blood, helps
But
with
they say it's good
cholesterol.
for everyone to drink a hot cup of tea, at
Yeah,
minimum one a day.
it's just stuff like that that just automatically relaxes you.
Hmm.
Even something as
And it's
simple
healthy for
as
us also.
yeah, even something as simple as Maul. You brought up energy earlier. If we all just like when we're cooking, we all have that same burner we like to cook on the side of the stove, whatever.
Hmm.
Picking the same spot at your house to sit down over and over again with, for the most part, that you're always relaxed and calm at, will change your mood. If you're having a bad day and you keep sitting in that same spot to just go through whatever your emotions are going through, or a good day to reflect, just that repetition will help you with your thoughts versus just scrambling.
That's true.
We are creature of habit,
Yeah,
and
and
our
that's why I don't
body,
eat beef because beef stays in your body too long.
right?
Yeah,
Our bodies and our minds are not programmed to be disheveled, to be out of whack, to be
Yeah.
with constant change. Um, Jamal, I know you're big on your yoga and manifesting and things like that. But do you also have a food that will automatically
Um,
just change your mood?
yeah, it's funny that you brought that up because I'm listening. I was thinking like, what do I always eat? And I want to say for the past 4 or 5 years, every morning for breakfast, I juice. So I have oranges, apples, and carrots. So it's usually about two oranges, maybe three carrots, and maybe two apples. And I juice it every morning. And that's honestly, that gives me energy.
That
So
sounds
it's
good.
funny as what you guys are talking, and as the seasons change, I might remix it and throw in some strawberries. I might throw in some blueberries. Over the summertime, I might get some peaches. But as I was saying earlier, it's all about energy. So I like to, when I start my day, I drink a warm cup of water just to wake up my organs. Then after that, that's when I usually drink my juice, my natural juice, because I need life. I need energy. I need something natural. I need something holy, something that's going to get me started. And especially since I work with kids and they already on some artificial energy by drinking sodas, eating Takis. I need something natural to fight with that because working with kids is a whole different energy right there, man.
That's true.
But
True.
So when
but
you
it's definitely
say
usually like oranges and fruits. A lot of fruits from my in my diet.
warm water, you mean room temperature, correct?
Yes, room temperature.
Okay, because I don't want people over
So,
here boiling water and shit talking about. But Mo said
well,
he
listen,
Or
said
just like I
warm
told you how
water.
to put cake batter in the air fryer.
Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't get a complaint about that. So Les, let me give you the backstory on this, right?
Okay.
So on every episode, right, Dova gives a food tip.
Okay.
And then one day we did a dessert that you can make in the air fryer, right?
Oh
But
gosh, what
Dova
happened?
failed to say to put the attachment to make the cake in the air fryer, not just the batter into the air fryer.
Oh God. Somebody
Right.
actually did what they wasn't supposed to do. Oh Lord.
We
I didn't
haven't got a
get
complaint
we
yet,
didn't get no
but
complaints yet, but that episode actually has about the last time I checked like 2,300 views on the website.
Oh, that's
But
dope.
I didn't get no complaints though. So I guess they here's the thing, right? Common sense is not so common. So
it's
I,
not.
I always explain to Dover, right, that when we're talking to the people, we always got to break it down to the bare minimum, like we're
I
talking to our
damn sure
kids.
don't think 2,300 people got common sense.
Yeah. So either they didn't try it, or those that did just they did okay.
Or just put
But
mad oil on that and it just came out like
but
big
I'm
ass
just I
pancake.
mean, but if you look at an air fryer, right? If you open an air fryer up, if you think you just could throw batter into that, then you have bigger problems.
Yeah, you're gonna create a hell of
Well,
a problem.
I'm
I'm
be
just saying.
well. It also depends what type of air fryer you got. Because I'll be real with you. If you got the
Oh
Ninja
shit!
Foodie,
There
Wait!
you
Hold on!
go.
Hold on,
wait.
Jamal. Before you, hold on, Jamal. Hold on.
All right. I'm
The
not even gonna do it.
views.
I'm gonna leave it
Hold on,
alone.
sir. Hold on, sir.
I-
What Jamal is about to state about air fryers are not the views of Straight Facts with Gutter Health as Wealth. They are not the views of Doverway. They are not the views of Big Les. Go ahead, Jamal.
All right, cool. Now, all I was saying is if you got a Ninja Foodie, you might be able to work some things around because you could take that pot out, make a different attachment on top.
You know
Yeah, got a
what,
slow
Also,
cooker on that one.
son? I got
yeah,
one. So you're right.
Yeah,
You're
you can
absolutely
put
I
in the
correct.
have
slow
one too.
cooker
I have a
one.
Ninja Foodie as well.
Yeah,
Yo,
shout
we
yeah,
out
the
to
all
Ninja
Ninja. Y'all got
fancy.
Foodie.
some
Look
good
at
products.
us. Look
Okay.
at us. I
That's
need
the
a
Listen,
last
scholarship.
invest.
Fuck that.
recommendation y'all getting without a check. So shout out Ninja.
Word. We need a
Yeah,
check. Hold on. We all got Ninja Foodies.
listen.
Look at us.
Yeah.
We grow.
Yo,
Oh my God. We so grown.
this
Wait.
is. I'm about to say that's adulting right
That's
there.
just so
Word, that's a
silly.
fact. When you
Tell,
start talking
tell me
about
you an
useful
adult.
appliances and
Tell me you an adult without telling me you an adult.
Yo. Word. Yo. You know what's crazy? Here's a crazy thing, right? This is how I knew I grew up. Running errands counts as going out now.
Oh yeah,
Oh hell yeah.
yeah.
I just go to the supermarket and I walk through the aisles. I don't even want nothing.
Son,
I just walk
Listen, going
through.
up.
that's your cardio. That's
Listen.
your cardio.
Yeah, I just be walking. Like, oh, this sounds nice. First of all, it's like a humbling experience. I'm pretty sure most of us growing up always wanted something in the aisle that we couldn't get because
Always.
we
Of
couldn't
course.
afford it. So it's a humbling experience, especially when I'm with my kids and we could just get whatever we want in
Hell
any aisle.
yeah.
You're just walking around in the aisle and you go, you know what? This sounds good. I'm just gonna put this in here and try it. Like when we were younger, if you didn't know it was good, we wasn't buying it. Right? We
At all.
wasn't
Listen,
experimenting with the
Yup.
money.
Or your parent gave
listen.
you the warning before you got into the supermarket.
Yeah, I was
Don't
just
touch
about to
nothing.
say,
Don't
don't
look
touch
at
nothing.
nothing.
Don't even
Yeah,
think. Don't even
Yeah,
breathe
don't
when you go
ask
down this
because we
aisle.
don't have it.
yeah.
Son,
You gotta.
I didn't even learn how to talk with my teeth closed until I became a parent.
Oh, that's the same here.
Right.
But nothing. You be like, damn,
Yeah.
like,
Listen, you didn't get to stare until you became a parent. All right, you know that means eye. You
yo,
give your kid that eye, like yo. You ain't gotta
son,
say nothing. Just look at them.
nobody teaches you to stare. That shit just
Right.
pops up one day.
Yeah.
Or for the
It's
dads,
innate.
put the bass in your voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So kids can have some fear in their heart.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yo,
Some of your dads don't
I'ma
have too
tell
much
you-
bass. That's why your kids be wilding out.
yo, I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing. Yo,
That be them badass
Nova.
kids you more work with.
Yo, don't, yo, gut. I was just about to say that because
Say it with your
it's
chest,
a different
fam.
environment.
Jesus.
Word.
Sometimes I get called into classrooms and stuff like that, and all it takes for me to be like, yo, chill. Y'all gotta cool out. Next, you know, the whole temperature of the whole classroom changed.
Word.
Everything is good.
I'm not even talking about kids. I work in a men's shelter, and I'm like Jay said, I'm like 4'11", 5 feet. I walk in, I was like, yo, my
Barely.
niggas, lady in the room, and they be like, yo, my bad, my bad.
I yell at across the park to tell my son it's time to go inside, and I just say, James. But they all come, like all the kids. Come like, you want me to go get James? I'll go get him right now.
You want to be my new daddy?
Yo, they just
No,
making
they know
sure
when they go to your house, they gonna
Yo.
get dinner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
they already
Dinner
know
and discipline.
if they don't go get him, that then Mike might get upset and it's a different conversation.
You know
ain't just
what
not
was
worth
a
the film.
crazy experience for me? I knew I was a parent because I remember when I was in third grade, a teacher had hit a student. So the student told his moms, and his moms came into class and told the teacher to hit him again. Like that's hit him with
Oh
a thing
shit,
when we was
that's some
young.
real G shit.
So fast forward to now, I got my kids. The neighbor from across the complex, she didn't hit my kid because that would have been a problem. But she was just like, "I got your son waiting at my front door right now. He did this, that, and the third. I need you to go tell him. He needs to apologize for whatever he did." But like she told me that she already disciplined him by lecturing him and all that other stuff, and I thought that was dope because it brought me back to like a neighborhood disciplining everyone's
Right,
children.
you a
Like, we
real
all gotta
family.
protect.
That supports you back to community.
Right, and I wasn't mad about it or nothing. She was like, "Listen, this is what I said to him. I made him sit here, all this other stuff," and I was immediately I appreciated it. It took me back to a time where we all looked out for each other.
Yep,
When they took a village.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Listen,
Now
you
the
know,
now the village taking perks, so we can't trust it.
Right.
That's a fact.
listen, you know
You
that's
got
my
the parents
motto. It
going
takes a
outside
village.
beating up people kids.
Yeah.
With the
But-
listen, when was the last time you guys saw a great grandmother that with the fat arms that really knew how to cook with the collard greens and all that? There's no more real grandmothers. Grandmothers now 45.
Right.
Like
That's true.
Listen,
they're trying to be outside with their daughters. Like
I
That's
was just about
true.
to say,
shit's spooky.
And you know that's
Grandmother-
funny. My great
grandmothers be
grandmother, her
outside.
arms was just like that. That lady used to. She ain't need no blender, nothing. That lady used to use a
Son.
wooden spoon, her wooden bowl, her flour. She measured nothing. Cake came out perfect.
Yeah.
Listen, they season shit until the ancestors said stop. That's it. That's all it took.
My grandmother, shout out to my grandmother. She just turned 73 this
God
past
bless her.
Saturday. So she has no taste buds for like she hasn't had taste buds in 10 years. But her
Oh, wow.
food tastes exactly the same.
That's crazy.
Because
Exactly
she
the
know
same.
she remembers her measurements.
It doesn't matter what she cooks, it tastes exactly the same.
Oh,
You want to
that's
hear
dope.
something real?
She
You want to hear
took it
something
from
real
her
spooky?
heart.
I'm gonna tell you something even spookier than that. There's a Spanish dish called sancocho. My mother tells me, go in the kitchen, put some black pepper on it. I'm in the kitchen. She's in the living room. I'm putting the pepper. She goes, stop. That's enough. What the fuck? You know, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? She's like, I heard it. It's enough.
Listen,
No,
that is the truth, though.
Okay.
That's how it.
You
That's
should
how
have
it
said
goes.
Yo,
enough for who, me or you?
I was like, all right. But it came out what it came out exactly how she makes it though. She knew that that was
That's
enough.
dope.
I
That's
was like,
dope.
Listen, I
all
mean,
right.
you want to know why that food? You want why our OGs and our grandmothers can cook like that? Because that's when they was cooking with pure love. They was cooking
Yep.
for nourishment. They was cooking to make sure that their family was fed. They was cooking to make sure that their loved ones was taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So when you cook like that, that's a different type of energy. Like you said, your ancestors speak to you when you cooking like that.
That's
You
right.
could you tapped into the universal force right there. Cause that's now you're not cooking because you're hungry. You're cooking for nourishment. That's a different type of feeling. You're cooking out of
Yep.
love.
Yeah,
You
Let
know,
me tell. Who just said
that's a
that?
different
Who just
vibe.
said that?
Jamal, that's Jamal speaking.
yeah, that's more.
Jamal, what you said is so valid. My grandmother will be 89 this year. She told me that I done mastered the
Blessing.
potato salad. She told me that I learned how to bake chicken without salt. She don't know how I perfected that. She
Mm,
said, but it tastes just as good as hers. And I do a pan sear chicken with peppers and onions. Sometimes I throw broccoli and carrots and stuff like that in it. She
nice.
says, she said, I don't know what you. She said you put your whole body into that.
Right, but you see that right there, what you just said of that
Dope.
compliment, where she said it tastes just as good as hers.
Yeah, and
When we
potato
growing
salad is
up,
hard to make.
that's really what we wanted was that
Yeah.
okay that we can get the baton passed to us, you
Yes.
know, because like Maul said with the ancestors, like we okay, I'm worthy to pass this on, like oh it's me, I'm doing this,
Mhm.
and that's a dope feeling, and
Yep.
that's something this generation is losing sight of is traditions in
Yes.
the
Yep.
family and just
Yep.
mindsets, all that being proud to be the chosen one to pass certain things on to the
Mhm.
next generation.
And you know
Correct.
what you're saying is so valid because I have cousins that's older than me, and I remember them telling me, "Oh, you always like to be around the old people." And guess what? All they ask is now asking me for recipes and can you show me how grandma did this? How they know your potatoes? How they know your potato salad? I said because they my brothers. I have four brothers. They tell me, "Yo, we could smell your potato salad."
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and real talk, that's how you know we pay respect. That's how they live on.
Mhm.
The memories die. How they gonna live on? You know, we gotta
But
Exactly.
those are
memorize
the
Exactly.
those.
things. But those are the things that we have to, at some
That's a
point,
fact.
get back to the element of family. Like when
Yeah.
Thanksgiving comes around, Christmas, and things like that. Take
Right.
the phones away. Take the phones away.
Yeah, I do that to my son.
Just take the phones
Yo,
away. Like my
even
son is not allowed to be in the dinner table with his phones. He's just not.
yo,
You know what I mean? Because it's
even
like,
before even before the holidays, let's just get together because we family. Let's get together and fellowship because we family. We don't need Thanksgiving. We don't need Christmas. We don't need any type of
Say that.
holiday.
Say that. Amen.
I just need
Mm,
you because you're my family. Because that's
right.
what me and my family, it's funny. I joke because I moved to North Carolina about 8 years ago. I left my family all in New York. Now my whole family's down south. I'm like, yo, y'all followed me. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they did though, because now I can go shoot, I'm saying, in Charlotte. I could shoot, I'm saying, in Raleigh real fast, go see my cousin and get that sense of family. I
Right.
can call him up
mm-hmm.
and be like, yo, cousin, I need you. I need
Right.
family. Let's get together. And we ain't got to do nothing but just be around each other and laugh how we were little poor kids and now look at us.
Yeah.
We
You know
sitting
what? Because
successful
our
adults.
parents did it. Why shouldn't we?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
Our
the same
parents
thing.
didn't. They them and their friends. I remember my parents. They used to get together and we used to have freaking picnics. Everybody brought something.
Yeah. I was 10 years old. I knew how to make vodka and coke because my grandmother used to have all her friends come over every Friday. They all got together. It was like a routine thing every Friday, 7:30. They all came over just to chill and all that for the weekend. And I feel like nobody does that no more. We all don't just pick a day to chill. It don't have to be every week, but every month, every
No.
other month, just
I
And
mean,
see,
I
to
go
show
down.
love.
I go down to the city every other weekend and just kick it with my uncles, my aunts, my parents. Um, and we just play dominoes and chill. We literally play
And you
You
know,
dominoes,
don't want to
drink,
smoke dominoes.
Mm-hmm.
listen to music.
and you know that's a good balance for your mental health, man. Like people don't realize you got to be around your core, around your source, around your people.
I'm gonna
You
take
know,
it.
people who know you, people who love you, people who's gonna support you. That's why so many times you have people going through depression, people are having anxiety issues because they're chasing something and they're looking for something that they're not gonna get.
Yep,
They
Right.
looking at they looking on the internet for likes. Don't go to the internet for likes. You better go to your aunt for a hug. You better go to
that's
your uncle
right.
for a positive word.
Yeah,
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
because a
saying?
lot
Like
of people on social media be stunting anyway.
yeah,
right.
it's all lies, man. That's why it was so important. I think our parents understood that. Like, yo, my kids need to be around their cousins. I need to be around my sister. We need the fellowship. We need to, as we always like to do, black and brown. We love to cook. We love to eat. That I think that's one of our love languages. Cook me something good, and we can have a conversation about anything.
No, that is
Yeah, but I want to add this to
the
to
love
the pot,
language.
fellas, because not everybody is privy to have decent family, and some people have some things going on. Sometimes our family are our good friends that we knew for a long time, or some people we just met in a time frame
That
where
is true.
they like family. So, because I have
Listen,
some, because there's
no,
some
no,
family members that I couldn't even sit down and have a donut with them.
no.
Fact.
Even but your friends are no longer your friends. That's family.
That's
So
correct.
go to your family. Go to your village. Go to your
Right.
people who
Okay.
make
You
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 feel
said the what I
But
was saying
even
with my
with that,
right.
village.
I have some experience with that too, and that in itself can cause a brief moment of depression
Yeah,
where
that could tear up a whole Thanksgiving.
no, not even that, even not even on a random holiday, just accepting the fact that your friends are your family when you expected your family to be your family.
Right.
Just having to accept the fact that the people you thought were going to be in your life are not in your life, and just embrace the love from wherever it's coming from. Some
But
Right.
people
Dover, you
that's
know what's
hard to
crazy
do.
about that? You know what's crazy about that? Um, family, the family that God gave you, right, is by birth. You can't choose. You can't choose your
That's
parents.
right.
You can't choose who your siblings are. You can't choose who your aunt and uncle are, right? Now, we have to take the strength back and take the word back, like Jamal said, of family, and create our own. We can take the good pieces of those family members that mean us well, get rid of the crackheads that keep stealing from us. Shout out to my uncle Pedro. Fuck you, nigga. Um, and incorporate those friends that become family and grow into family. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And make your own, because at the end of the day, we don't just because we were born
You
into a
want healthy
family,
relationships too.
Yes.
right? Just because we were born into a family doesn't mean that we have to make that our only family. You know
You
what I
know
mean?
what? You know that's all true, but and this is why this is always a good topic because you can say that now, but our first experience of being programmed is from our family when we're 0 to 12 years old,
Right.
0 to 18 years old. So that type of wisdom doesn't kick in until late because you have this picture of these people your whole life, good
Right.
and bad. So you're expecting certain things from these people, and that thought of new people to become your family doesn't happen until you actually just accept everything you've been taught is a semi lie, not all of it. Because as you get older, you have to make your own beliefs, create your own
Right.
True.
traditions and stuff like that. Because some of the stuff you were taught are true, and some of the stuff you were taught was bullshit.
True.
And
Right.
that can also be hard to accept and create a whole different forms of anxiety. So being a teenager and going through that in the beginning where you feel like your friends love you more than your family is hard to deal with because you don't know that that's okay because you've been spending all your life with these people who share your blood.
Right.
Yeah. But as they said, blood makes you family, and something makes you related. I forgot how that goes, but
Yeah.
there's a quote.
And
Yeah.
that's the
It's
danger with social media too.
yeah.
Hmm.
social media now, people just reaching for any type of love. They reaching for, they posting nonstop just to find somebody to
Yeah.
acknowledge them, and they're getting more depressed because they're not getting the amount of love that they're expecting. So that creates a
Yeah,
whole
but
other.
that's why
You know
I
what's
stay off
crazy?
of social media because I see a lot of that.
Mhm.
You know what's crazy about social media? And this is when I realized that it was a cancer. I've seen people delete pictures only because it didn't get enough likes. At what point did we need a machine for acceptance?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
you know
yo, if
that.
I post something, right, and two of my people that I really fuck with like it and comment, and we have some type of dialogue, I reach my target. I don't care who, like, like
Yeah,
I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
it's
That's
it's
because you don't
funny.
need the
it's crazy.
validation.
Yeah,
Right.
but
It's funny.
the thing is this, right? We we are all of a certain age, um, and how do we how do we teach the generation before us to stop seeking the unattainable? Because let's say if they're seeking 100 likes, right? Once they get 100 likes, they're going to want 150. Then they're going to want 200. Then they're going to want 300. Then they're going to want this. They're going to want that. So it's like,
Yeah, the
when is
sad,
enough? And when is enough?
yeah, the sad part is, working with the kids inside of school, with my mentoring program and stuff, we can't we can't stop it. Unfortunately, you have to reprogram it a different way. Okay, so now
Okay.
the machine is here. The internet, social media is here. We can't stop that. It's gonna be here. It's gonna evolve. It's gonna keep growing. Now we got virtual reality rooms coming into play now, the way it's gonna change the dynamic. We have to teach kids and show kids how to use this platform for better networking. For instead of just playing video games, instead of looking for likes, you can actually come out here and create NFTs. You can create certain things and create certain stuff of substance on this platform that even though it's fake on this platform, it can have real ramifications in reality. It can do something
Right.
positive.
I agree.
Um, the same way because the only thing they're getting off these likes is dopamine, is the effect of dopamine. So they're just getting a feel good vibe of a like. So if we can replace that like with a different type of gratitude, let's say we encourage them, let's say to do math facts or something like that, because now teachers we have to incorporate learning like actual video games, learning video games for the kids on their devices. So
Mhm.
they're getting the same dopamine they get from the likes. Now they're getting from the video games, and now they're learning from it. So now
Mhm.
you just got to use these platforms in a different way to attract the same type of ordeal. If not, these kids are going to be stuck on social media, unfortunately, looking for the wrong validation, man. It's
And
Mhm.
scary.
also as a parent, like some of these, I mean, we like to say, Gutter said we of age, but it doesn't really matter what your number is because you could still be a child in your head at 35, 40 years
Oh,
old, 45
Oh, I
years old.
know.
So if your
Wait,
mom, dad, whoever,
Dover,
second
hold on.
childhood.
Dover, hold on. Let's did the like I know a couple of them. But now, but go ahead,
I
Dover.
know a
That was fucking
46-year-old
hilarious.
man who's still a child, okay?
right? But there's a lot of them
Oh
out
my.
there, and that's a big problem. Like we made the joke about, well, I made the joke about, I know 2,300 people don't have common sense. So
Mhm.
think about how many parents is right next to their kid on social media too, liking, double tapping with them,
No,
Yeah,
and
and
that and
I've seen
that's
it as a
another
social
problem.
worker. I see it a lot.
Hmm.
Sometimes the kid
how
has more
many?
sense than the parent.
Speak
Yeah,
on it, sis.
yeah.
Speak on it.
Mm,
I've
mm,
heard a kid
Facts.
tell a
mm.
mother one time, "You talking about me not having no behavior, but every other week you got a different boyfriend."
Oh damn.
Mm.
Straight up, 12 years old.
Yeah,
Looked her mother in the eye. You
Right.
bringing me for counseling, but you have a man every week.
And that's the flip side to social media or the technology in general is these kids, if used properly, could be way smarter than we ever were. early.
Yo,
True.
Dover. I'm gonna tell you
Hello?
right now. These kids are way smarter than us.
Mm.
Oh, trust me, because of the internet, they're way more exposed. The sad part is they're not. They don't have any adults around them to teach them about what they're seeing.
Well,
They
Right.
it's not
don't have
even
any
that. It's
hints.
just no matter how the world changes, you always gonna need some form of old school, right? The game don't
Yeah.
change that much where old school becomes obsolete.
Oh no,
I
So,
that's what I
agree.
was
so
saying.
like I
Like,
tell my son all the time, especially now he's 9, so he's about to, I guess, technically be in junior high school, 5th grade. Um,
Yeah,
I,
now,
I'm,
yeah, most schools fifth
we're
grade.
talking a lot about yo. You have to start mastering your emotions. Your emotion, you too all
mm,
over the place, right? You too all over the
Mm-hmm.
place. Like it's okay to be super happy, but master your emotions. Sometimes too is too much. Chill. Some people don't like to be all up in their face like that. Or it's okay to be super sad, but nobody wants to be seeing you bawling out in tears in the movie theater. Like chill. Control your emotions. Learn
Mm-hmm.
how to control yourself. Know a time and a place. And just that in itself can help you with social media, with dealing with people you're around. Just knowing
yo,
when and where.
Yo, I know you
Dover.
fucked his head up with that one. He 9 years old talking
Yo,
about control
Dover.
my emotions. The fuck?
Nah, no.
No, but that's good to
What
talk
Dover
to
did
young
was
boys,
so
especially like
dope.
that, because
Yes,
You're
yes.
right.
They they need to hear that.
men
Dover,
is,
Yeah.
listen.
especially when it's coming from a man.
Right, right. Because
Yo,
it's funny because he likes art and all that, and I do as well. Like art, not just drawings. I'm talking about cinema, Broadway shows,
Okay, that's nice.
any form of art. He's real creative.
He's
So we was
cultured.
watching, yeah, but we was watching Spider Man. He's over here. If y'all didn't see Spider Man already, that's your problem. But
Wait.
The newest
spoiler
one?
alert!
the new one, yeah.
Spoiler alert!
Okay.
We're
Yo,
gonna have our
Dover
first
ain't
spoiler
shit.
alert.
He not being
Yo,
nice to us, right?
son, he's safe. You ain't white. That's your problem. Continue,
So
sir.
Yo,
that movie was fire. I know you heard people talk about it already. But
Hmm.
anyway, so Aunt May dies in the movie, whatever. And I'm a person where I'll shed a tear to some good acting. I like some good acting skills and all that.
You
But
appreciate the arts.
I'm looking to my left, and this little boy over here like shaking and shit, like crying, and I'm like, what
Aww.
the fuck is wrong with you,
Jay is
fam?
stupid.
What the fuck? He act like that was his aunt. But after the movie theater, the first thing I told him was like, that was cool. Like, that was a sad moment, but you need to learn how to check yourself. You need to learn how to master your emotions. Like, you can't just
He
be
felt
out
like
here.
that was his aunt. Leave him alone.
No, but
nah.
that's important because you can't be out here just exploding,
Yeah,
Yo,
that's
ex-
true.
with
Dover.
any
My
emotion,
son is
whether it be sadness,
yo,
anger, happiness. Sometimes you can't just be exploding. There's a time and a place
yo,
for that. You got to know who you're around, who you can do that with,
And
who's
he
your
felt
friend,
safe with you.
exactly.
where they accepting it.
Exactly. Les
You
took the
know,
words right
He
out
felt
of
safe
my
with you. You
mouth.
his pops. He could
He's
cry like that
right.
around you.
Right.
no, no, of course, but we was also in a public movie theater, so it's a good time for him to recognize. Just be aware of your
Dover,
surroundings.
hold on. Let me stop you. As a female raising a boy, I don't never tell my son that he can't show his emotion. If he want to shed a goddamn tear, he ain't no pussy. He ain't no punk. It's all
Yo,
good.
Oh, that's 1,000 fact. I just told you I was shedding tears too, but I couldn't even enjoy my cry because he was out here doing the
Well,
most.
that's see that was about you. That was about see that's what the problem is, guys.
Couldn't
It's
even enjoy
about
my
him.
cry.
He couldn't even let the little homie get
Yeah,
his cry on.
I,
It's
yo,
because he couldn't get
you
all of his out.
you having a
yo,
whole seizure? Like, chill, fam. I'm trying to watch the
yo,
movie too.
Yo,
Dover. I wanna,
Yo, y'all are crazy.
listen, I'm taking my
yeah,
son to the dine-in theater this weekend to go watch the Batman. If he has a whole seizure over somebody dying, I'm gonna slap fire out of him. And then I'm
No,
gonna
you
tell
yo,
him it's
not. You gonna
okay.
leave him alone.
yo, Dover. I wanna say I'm gonna be real with you. Yo, you're the first father besides myself that told his son that it's okay to cry. That I've what I'm saying that I've heard telling it's okay to cry.
You know,
I've
you know
always
why
told
I do that? Um, One, I don't care, but two, he already sees me as strong, so I don't have to prove to him
Right,
that I'm
exactly.
strong. And that's the
Yeah.
same thing. The reason why I mentioned in the beginning just to control your emotions, because after you master your emotions, like right now, I'm telling people in public that I cry in movies. But it's cool because come try me if you want to. Like I
Exactly.
could tell you I'm crying in
Oh,
a movie, but you still gotta come try me if
But
you
here's
want
the
to. So
thing.
wait.
You know what's crazy about that? You're actually a stronger man to be
Yes.
able to admit that you are able to tap into these emotions. And
100%.
I've also told my son that it's okay to cry. When his what he would call his favorite aunt passed away, he cried and I told him like, yo, it's okay. It just shows that, that's someone that you loved and that you cared about. And
Listen,
it's
I tell
okay to
my
let these
son
emotions out. There's nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong. I tell my son all the time, if men weren't meant to cry, we wouldn't have tear ducts.
Right.
That's
Okay?
right.
Holding in that emotion is not healthy. All right.
Right.
If you gotta let it out, let it out. But like how Dover said, it has to be in a controlled environment. It has to be in a
Right.
controlled way.
Not only
You just
that,
can't.
again, master your emotions is an important phrase
Yes.
because it's okay to cry, but at the same time, there has to be a point where, okay, now we got to get over it. We let it out. It's cool.
Yeah.
Now you got to get it together. You can't just be
One of
sitting
my
there.
one of my
Right.
favorite sayings: cry a river, build a bridge, get over it.
Right,
I
Acknowledge,
like that.
acknowledge,
I like that.
acknowledge the pain. You have to acknowledge you was hurt. All
right.
right, cool. I'm hurt. How do I get past it? All right, let me take these steps in order to get past it. Cool. I'm over it. Let's walk past it, and we're gonna keep moving on. All right. Nothing's gonna stop me. You can't hold me up. I'm gonna acknowledge the moment and keep it pushing. Whether it was good, happy, sad, whatever it is,
Hmm.
just deal with it and,
Right.
and keep it pushing.
But that's
Right.
part of our main issue with the black and brown communities that we always get back um to where growing up it was deemed a sign of weakness. It was deemed you wasn't a man or you couldn't like
But that's how
as
some of
daily.
us, so many of us in our age group are functional depressed people.
Yo,
Mm. Yeah.
you know how many times I died in the freaking playground? Like, damn near cracked my head open and shit. Don't you dare cry. Like, what the fuck? Like, what you mean?
Yo,
Like, I literally
yo,
feel like I'm dying. Like,
yo, true story. I'm gonna tell you this the funniest, truest story I've told in my life, man. People laugh at me all the time, and they look at my father and they look at my family like, yo, how did y'all do that to that little kid? So growing up, being a rambunctious kid, my aunt had spiral steps. I used to like to slide down her steps. All the time they telling me, yo, don't slide down the steps, you're gonna hurt yourself, don't slide down the steps. Eventually one day sliding down the steps, yo, I hit my arm on the wall. I broke my collarbone. Now,
Ooh.
yes. So the collarbone's in two. I'm crying, I'm hollering. They like, yo, we told you stop sliding down the steps, stop crying. Mind you, I'm in a t-shirt. They like, yo, put your shirt on. They lifted both my arms up in the air and put my shirt on.
Oh my God.
They said, don't cry. Why are you crying? You be all right. I went home. I fell asleep. I'm going to sleep. Well, let me say I passed out from the pain. The only reason why they took me to the hospital is because my brother woke up and he was like, yo, mom, dad, he's crying in his sleep. I can't sleep because he's whimpering. They took me to the hospital. That's when they found out like, yo, your son's collarbone's in two places. Yo, he's gonna have to wear a sling and stuff like that. So that toxic, don't cry and stuff like that. Yo, that was totally, totally
You
out
know,
pocket,
today that would
totally
have been an
wrong.
ACS case.
word.
Oh yeah, DSS would have been all in my living room asking me all types of questions, and me being a dumb,
Exactly.
me being a dumb kid talking about, yeah, my mama DDT'd me last week. My daddy punched me in the
Right.
throat. They had me eating bologna sandwiches last week for dinner, yo. You know, not realizing
Yo,
I'm about to be taking out my
I'm a
heart.
firm I'm a firm believer that every single one of us would have been a foster kid
Yes.
Oh
if
yeah,
ACS would have been
For
as
sure.
diligent
but
back then.
but you know what?
Cause
I'm gonna say it would have been a little bit different. Our parents did stuff one out of lack of resources, but out of total love. These
Yeah, because
parents
they told
nowadays,
us. They did tell us.
They told
Yeah.
your dumb ass stop sliding down the goddamn stairs.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's also where, like I said, a little bit of old school always has to be inserted in any
You gotta have
generation,
it.
because
That
you need a
balance.
little tough love. You need a little. Some
You
of these
do.
kids need an ass whooping every now and then, right?
Yep,
No,
I
a
agree
lot of
with
these
that.
kids. A lot of these kids. Once they
Right,
took away
and
the beatings, they took away a lot of structure. You
right.
know, I tell people all the time, um, yeah, I was a rambunctious child growing up. So there was one time my mother had to literally choke me out. You know what I'm saying? Because I was being bad. Like, I'm not even joking.
I didn't say, I never said to go that far. That was Ma who agreed
No, no,
choking
that
me
was me.
out.
No,
Damn.
no. If your kid was wilding, I was one of those kids, very strong willed. You couldn't tell me what to do. You had to prove to me I had to do this. You know, it had to
Oh
make sense.
wow.
Don't tell me, you gotta take out the trash, whatever. Like, nah, explain to me why I gotta do it. Make it make sense. Because if it don't make sense, I'm not doing it.
So basically,
Mm-hmm.
You
nothing
know,
has changed.
pretty much, pretty much.
Okay, just want to
So
make that clear.
there was a there was a situation where she didn't want me to go somewhere, and she didn't. In my mind, she didn't justify it enough for me not to go. You know, and honestly, I
You
should have
would,
went.
you wanted to die. Okay, got it.
Pretty much, yeah. So she told me, she was like, "Yo, if you think you gonna walk out that house, I'm gonna choke you." I was like, "Yo,
Oh
you're not
shit.
putting your hands on me." And
Wait,
so
you
then my
actually said
mother,
that?
like,
And
yeah,
he's still here.
Oh shit.
yeah,
I'm word.
yo, wait, I'm gonna tell you why I'm here. I'm here because of my brother's good grace. You know what I'm saying? My mother literally choked me out. Like, she put them hands on me, and
Mm-hmm.
it was, and my brother was like, "Yo, Ma, you're killing him," and that's the only reason why she stopped. And it's to this day that I give my mother a hug, and I'm like, "Ma, thank you for choking me out. If you didn't do that to me, who knows what I would have happened to me when I went to that party? Who knows what happened to me when I went outside with my friends? And some of them to this day, they in jail, they delinquents. So, Ma, thank you. So, yo, Dover, you right. I'm not saying choke your kid out unless he like I was. If he was like
Or
me, choke him out because that's the way he's gonna learn.
maybe give him like a bear hug or something like that. Now I think
I
But
that's
mean,
acceptable.
listen. You could choke, but when they start turning colors, you need to
Count
stop.
to three. Trope. Count to three, man.
no, no, for me, I needed it. I needed it to
Y'all
that
got a
level.
damn
So,
method.
Ma, thank you. No,
If they don't tap out, don't let go. How about that? If they
see,
don't
I
tap
Mm-mm.
wasn't tapping
Okay,
out.
I'm
I
with that.
wasn't gonna tap out. My brother tapped out for me. Like, nah, Ma, you gonna hurt this little boy. Leave him alone. But it was at that moment of tough love, like you said, that old school treatment. That, yo, you had to get that act right.
Hey,
You
I
had to
got a more
learn.
funny. That wasn't a not so funny story, but I got a more funny story.
Nigga,
I
you
mean, I
almost
survived
died.
though.
That's not
I'm a
funny.
I
great
su- I
I'm a
survived. It was
great
funny.
reader. I'm a great reader because my mom started teaching me how to read at 3 years old, and my birthday's in November, so she was like, "Listen, you're not gonna leave this room. You're not gonna eat until you read this sentence."
You're not
I'll
gonna
be there.
eat till you eat the
I'll be
sentence.
there.
Damn.
Yeah, I
That's child
remember it
abuse.
like it was yesterday. I was stuck in the room, just there for man long. Like, yo, I don't know what this says. Like, I don't know what this says. I'm hungry. I need water. But I'm a great reader now, man. I used to sleep in class, and the teacher would wake me up. You know how when you're sleeping in class and the teacher calls your name to read the next paragraph and shit like that.
hmm
Couldn't tell me nothing. I pronounced every word correctly. The rest of my life, I'm an excellent reader now. So thank you,
Because
Wow.
mom,
every
for not feeding me until I
yo,
read those
You were
sentences.
dehydrated and shit.
listen,
You feeling woozy.
every time he reads, he tastes food.
Yo, it was rough. It was rough.
Yo, that's why he
But like you
enunciates.
said,
That's why he
our
enunciates
parents
like
did
that.
what they was taught.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely,
and
absolutely.
in that era, anytime that we was growing up, that was the type of love that was needed for certain kids. You needed that tough love. You needed somebody,
Yeah.
who's going to shake you up. Like nowadays, I see a lot of love that kids need now is more attention. They need to be
Mhm.
heard more.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, we didn't need to be heard. We was already loud. We was rambunctious. We needed to shut up, sit down, and listen.
right,
These
Yep.
kids
right.
now growing. These kids now grown up. We need to listen to them. They're more in tune with their feelings. They're being
Yeah.
exposed to more on the internet.
That's
So,
Yes.
like you
true.
said, we got to get old school with this new school and merge it together and sit down and see what your kids is looking at.
Right.
Understand why they like this person who's on the YouTube. Why they watching this person on YouTube. Why they following this video game or why they like this person so much. Really sit down and listen to why they're so attached to these artists and their music and stuff like that.
Hmm.
You know,
Yo,
No,
we
and the
it's
giving
best
the
way.
true.
way. Hold on, man. We giving the people way too much. There's a whole hour and 5 minute show. We're not giving the people. We know when to give the people
Well,
like
you
25,
was on a
30
25
minutes.
minute commercial the first
Um,
the first half.
Thank you guys.
but listen,
Code
man.
Dover 10,
Listen,
by the way. Dover 10 for 10% off, man.
yo,
Essential for life.
yo, get that 10%. Get that 10% off, man. But yo, Les, thank you so much for tapping in, man. We greatly appreciate you. Um,
No doubt.
we definitely gonna have you come back and be on camera. Um,
Most
for another
definitely.
episode. This was definitely dope. Jamal, welcome. Man, I can't say it enough.
I
From the first
appreciate it.
time we did the
Yes,
show
sir.
together, it clicked, and then you came back on with your other partner, B Dollar. That was dope as well. I think it's a very dope dynamic to have you on. Um, and Dover, you already know, man.
Yeah.
You
Also, shout
already
out
know,
Les
man. It's
again,
all
because
love, man.
first female guest. She's the first
That is
female
correct.
guest.
Well, thank you guys.
Yo,
Les is
I just want to
definitely the first
say,
female guest.
I just want to put it out there that I'm just groundbreaking. I'll be here for the first of everything. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that I'm a part of history every time I pull up. So I just want to let that be known. I'm
Oh,
history in the making. I love being in this environment with history. Thank y'all so much, man.
Listen, man, and
you.
the best author to your story is your damn self. We're still writing
That's
our
right.
stories. We're still
Right.
creating history. We're still doing what we got to do. Everybody's growing in their own way. As
Yes,
long
sir.
as everybody is growing and doing things that, and each and every one of y'all is like great parents, which is great to see. Um, have more than
And
enough
Thank
it's
you.
love
dope.
for every single one of y'all, huh?
It's dope that we, as black and brown people, that conversation we just had is so important because a lot of us are still stuck raising our kids in old ways, and for us to talk about how we actually ask questions about our kids' feelings is super important for our culture to hear.
Right.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I just want to
okay
say
not to
something
know
to
everything
you guys. I remember one time my kid was, he was trying to like size up on me because he's about 5'4",
because he
five between
towers
5'4"
over
and
you.
five
Shout
six
out to
now.
Mel.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Mel.
He's only 12. He'll be 13 this year. But I had to remind him who I really was. I said, listen, let me tell you something. You could pump up your chest all you want, but you never will disrespect me. Do you feel me? And he's like, yes. And he was like, well, give me my phone. I said, this is not your phone. This is my phone. I paid a bill. And then I said some couple of other things to him. And I didn't know that there was a gentleman on the side listening to me. He said, yo, we need more strong black women like you talking to their sons like that to let them know who the real VIP is so they can have more respect for the women in their lives, especially their moms. He said
Right.
because everything that you just said to your son and you listened to what he was saying and how he felt and you said, "Okay, I understand you pissed off because you wanted to do something that I told you no about. We could do that later. That's not important right now."
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I listened to him, but then then he asked me for his phone, but it's not it's how he asked me for the phone, like he was paying the bill.
Mm.
And that's why I told him at first. I said, "You don't switch. First of all, watch how you speak to me, and secondly, like one of you guys said, control your emotions.
That was Dover.
Right. Master
Yeah,
your
control
emotions.
your
Control your damn
emotions
emotions, you little punk.
because I don't have to give you shit."
Yeah.
We gotta get gangster
And
on him.
once I got that out of the way, I said, "Here's your phone. Enjoy your day." He was like, "Thanks, I love you."
Right.
And that was that. And then I heard, then the gentleman gave me a compliment. Then one ragamuffin woman comes up to me. oh, I would punish him. I wouldn't get his hair cut. I said, Miss, I don't need that from you. I said, cause
Mm-mm.
Yeah, with the
not
toxicity.
cutting my son's hair. That's not a
Word.
punishment for my son.
That's an
I said, cause my
embarrassment.
son represents me.
Right.
Yo, I listen. You touched something that you brought up something that touches the nerve with me. I hate when parents cut their child's hair as a punishment. You are embarrassing your child. That is a
Yeah, exactly.
self-esteem
Why the
issue
fuck
right
would you
there.
do that?
Yo, you're hurting their self-esteem right there. You're hurting their self-image.
Yeah.
That burns me right there. That one, ooh, that hurts my
Let me
heart
Damn,
tell
I
right
you.
see.
there,
Jamal,
man.
you alright,
Don't
brother?
choke nobody. Don't choke
Nah,
nobody. Chill
because
out.
Listen,
3 seconds.
because
Control your
that
You,
emotions.
that
Control,
you know
woman,
what?
that woman
control,
does
I'm a
not speak to me when
control
she see
your
me now.
emotions.
see, he started shaking too. You got to control that
Yeah.
because
shit. See, I told you.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
that
Hold
woman
I'm a
on.
doesn't
firm.
speak to me
Three.
now, and I'm
Because
fine
you
with
know
that
what?
because that's not how I punish my kid. You know how I punish my kid? I take away the goddamn handheld game.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
Read
what?
a
Because I'm a.
book. He knows how to draw. Draw me a picture. You draw. Improve on your drawing.
Yeah.
I don't even tell him he can't watch TV.
I
He
make my
gets
son
less
do 2 laps
time on
around the
TV.
complex.
Yeah,
Yo, my
nah.
son.
I'm not gonna treat him like he's in C-74 on Rikers Island. Nah.
I'm not gonna lie. My son got a better vocabulary. Because he got in trouble growing up. His punishment used to be copy 2 pages out the dictionary. Then you got to write a sentence using the words you just wrote down, and you got to write a story about it.
Damn.
That's not a
You know
bad
what I'm saying?
punishment though.
Yeah. That's
Oh
good.
no, it was. I mean, he hated it because he had to physically write this. He had to do work, but at the same time, I was educating him. And now he be
Okay.
saying stuff to me, and I be like, "Yo, bro, hold up. You got $100 vocabulary. I got a $50 vocabulary. Bring it down, family. Bring it down. You know."
That's dope. That's dope.
He said, bring it down. Bring it down. Control your emotions.
You see, behind
Yeah,
every lesson there's a blessing. Now you
always,
see, he's a
always.
wordsmith. He's a wordsmith.
Yeah.
You know.
It's dope
Nah,
to
that's
see.
dope.
It's
But
important for our culture, like I said.
we was really close to doing a whole nother hour. The way Jamal was shaking, man, I had to, he had to control his
Nah,
emotions.
cause
Um,
you know
See,
what it is. Cause
now you see why it's
Les,
important for me
Les
to
I don't,
say
I
that.
don't
triggered.
You
like,
talking about it was too early at
I
9.
don't like to see, cause I don't like to see when kids get disrespected. People have to understand it's our job to educate the kids. It's our
Yup, and
job to
protect
uplift
them.
them and protect them. I'm an advocate for children because a lot
That's
of times they
right.
can't speak up. They can't speak up for themselves, and a lot of
Right.
adults say things to children that they wouldn't say to another adult. So a
Right.
lot of times
Right.
Yep.
I tell them, watch what you say to that child because I might take it personal as
Well,
if you're
some
talking to
people
me.
never had power in their life before, and they take it out on their
Yep.
kids.
Yep.
So
That's a whole
like
nother conversation.
yep. Like I used to get working at Toys R Us. I used to scream on parents. They used to yell at their kids. And they'd be like, "Yo, stay with me. Don't run around the store." I'm like, "Fam, that's like bringing you to a sneaker store or a shoe store. You're gonna get excited. This is your
Exactly.
element. This is
Hmm.
their element. Let them have fun. You keep
You
up
over
with
here
them,
buying another kid a birthday present that's better than
and
what
you
you
gonna tell
bought me.
and
You
you
want
gonna
me to
tell your
stay
child
quiet.
to relax. You're bugging. You're
Yeah,
bugging right now, man.
Yeah,
it
I
be like
remember I
So
that.
paid for a little boy to get a haircut because the mother brought one brother to the barber shop, and for the very same reason what you said, she said, "Oh, he don't get a haircut because he's on a punishment." I said, "Miss, that's not a punishment." I
Right.
said, "I
no,
said you are killing his esteem."
Hmm.
yeah.
That's
And then she was
disgusting.
like, "Well, I'm not gonna pay for it." I said, "Sis, don't worry. God always blesses me. It's money. As that goes, it comes back in my hand." And she just
Facts.
looked at
Right.
me.
There you
How you
go.
gonna
And
do
she
that
looked
to
at you like you
kid?
was crazy.
You gonna get his
Yeah.
brother a haircut and you're not gonna get him a haircut? Nah,
Mhm.
Filthy.
nah.
That's just
That's,
filthy.
Yes,
But
it
that's how
is.
heartbreaking.
some parents. That's how some parents are, man. Unfortunately, it's a vicious cycle.
Just say you don't have the fucking money. That's all.
Yeah. If you broke, you say that. But with that being
Yes.
said, man, this is Straight Facts with Gutter, man. Health is Wealth, episode 17, man. Shout out to Big Les. Shout out to Model Citizen J. Shout out to Dover Way, man. Shout out to Goes Gym. Shout out to RTJ, the brand. Respect the motherfucking journey. Shout out to
All
SB and the K,
right.
man. Essentials for life, man. We here, man. We not going
Yeah.
nowhere. We
Good
already 4
conversation,
months in.
fellas.
Yo, we
Yes. Yes.
appreciate you,
Appreciate
Thank you.
it
Les.
too.
We definitely appreciate you.
Word.
I mean, you already know, man. Whenever you want to come on the show, it's an open door for you. It's an open door policy. We'll tell you what the topic is for that night. If you feel comfortable, by all
I'll
means,
jump
come
on.
on. It's an
Thank you
open
for the
door for you.
invite.
No
You guys have
problem.
a great
Anytime.
week.
Yo, same to
You too,
you.
sis.
Okay, good
Appreciate y'all.
night.
Peace.
Later.
Peace, man.